Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher Realms. Today we're going to be going over Malrick versus Hex in a kind of like a one-on-one battle in Abyss 1 to see how well Malrick actually compares to Hex. And also we're going to be showcasing a little bit of Solcadens as well, and how to use him and how to deploy him, how to use his ultimates and when to use his ultimates on Abyss 1. But really what we're after is like a main test for Malrick and see how he holds up. But anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so we have Malrick here. Now, Malrick is a very unique hero, so he's not... I don't really think he's gonna keep up with Hex, because Hex is Hex, and who can keep up with Hex? As far as like a magic damage single target unit, I don't think there's gonna be ever anybody added to the game that can do that. His damage is insane on bosses. But anyways, Malrick is very unique. Besides that, I know he's Awakened 5, okay? He is. I'm actually trying to pit him up against an Awakened 5 Hex with a maxed out exclusive and see how well he does versus the Hex, okay? I know that. But let's go over those awakenings really quickly. Element Covenant is enhanced. Fire Blast deals 60% extra increased damage and inflicts vulnerability to magic damage. So he's going to be putting out magic damage. This is going to be on the single target boss. So this is the effect that's going to take place on the Awakened level 1. It's very important. Awakened level 2 is attack plus 300. Awakened level 3 is increases attack speed, boost gain from attack speed by 20%. So it's a little faster. Penetration plus 8% on the Awakened level 4. Then we have Awakened level 5. The hero gains an extra 10% damage increase when either the hero or a hero granted with Wizard Rune dies. Applies Wizard's incantation on them. So this is basically like an unyielding or an invulnerability temporarily when one of those units dies. But, you know, that's not really giving him much damage here. Now, the penetration isn't going to be helping him that much either in this fight. The Awakened 3 isn't huge, but it's good. Awakened level 2 is attack plus 300 base, so that's always nice. But the Awakened level 1 is a really important one for what we're doing here today. And, of course, the Awakened 3 is going to help him out a bunch if you use them that way. If you're using them for AoE damage, it's going to be kind of a similar situation, right? The Awakened level 1 is going to be Ice Storm inflicts freeze on enemies, reduces damage interval by 0.3 seconds, and increases chance to inflict Winter's Bite to 70%. This goes down up from, I believe it was 40% if I remember correctly. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Let me go back here and look. 50% chance, so an extra 20% chance to inflict the Winter's Bite. And then the Awakened level 3, of course, the increased attack speed is always nice. But anyways, besides that, damage increases aren't really that crazy. There's a little utility here in the Wizard's Rune. Some penetration plus 8%. We all know that doesn't really do that much. The attack plus 300 probably does more than the penetration plus 8%, believe me. So what we know is that the Awakened level 1, 2, and 3 are the ones that are doing all difference here as far as his damage goes. Infernal Roar is really good on Malrick, and then Wicked Vengeance on the left side, especially on this boss when you're going up a single target. Wicked Vengeance is almost always your best go-to. We have total stats coming at 19k attack. We have 386.5% crit damage, it's very nice. And then we have 1.4 second attack interval. On to the artifact, it's just a maxed out tier Twilight. He does not have an exclusive at this time. I don't believe he has any exclusive gear at all actually, which is kind of a disadvantage because Hex has 2. So he has the Suture of Caprice on his artifact, which is one of the best artifacts in the game. The amount of damage increase that this artifact brings is out of this world. And he also has an exclusive weapon here, but I'm not using it on this account right now. Let's go to his exclusive gear only. Yeah, I didn't roll one with attack speed, so I didn't really bother. I'd rather have the attack speed. During the ultimate increases penetration by 5%, so this is nothing too crazy. On the right side there is nothing, but we're running Wicked Vengeance. We're looking for that attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus on both these heroes. The breastplates are the same as well. There's no attack speed roll on the breastplates. Some Arcana's attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus. And then we have a crit damage piece. And then we have another attack bonus piece with a little bit of HP. We want to get his HP right around 25k for what we're testing today. I think if you want to go up any higher than 30k blood, you're going to want to shoot him up to about 30k HP. Make sure he stays alive. The gear for this boss is insane. Now, I should show you Malrick's gear quick. Infernal Roar attack bonus, and then it's going to be attack bonus with a little bit HP, and then crit damage with a flat attack roll. Then we have the attack speed. His weapon is actually nicer than Hex's that he's using. And then we have attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage with some HP bonus on it as well. You get that HP right around 24-25k HP. Alright, so all I'm going to do is take the fight up to 30k, and we're going to see the damage differences between the two. We all know that Hex is a crazy DPS unit, and Solcadens is also very good as well. So Solcadens is a lord. He's going to give the faction allies a 30% penetration increase, which is going to basically ignore 30% of defense and magic resistance. The first magic shield isn't really that big of a deal, but we'll get around to that when we go in there. He's going to be inflicting burning, which is going to help the other units in the Infernal Squad, especially Lord Phineas if you decide to run him. And then on his ultimate, he gains Pyro Blitz, which 2 faction team members with the highest attack join forces to channel energy to the Lord regardless of their location. The Lord gains each participating faction member's current 50% attack and 60% crit damage attributes and accumulates strength for a powerful strike. The damage of the strike on the marked target increases based on the number of faction heroes on the battlefield up to 800%. Furthermore, nearby units will also be affected, suffering 300% splash damage and being stunned for 2 seconds. The end there doesn't really matter to us. We just want to slam that shield with that Hell Breaks Loose ultimate, and man, is it crazy. It hits really, really hard. About as hard as the poison explosions from Numira. Alright, he's going to do some other things. He's going to be doing the burning. He's also going to be doing some increased damage from burning. In the awakenings here, he is awakened level 3. But the awakened one is the really important one, where targets marked with the ultimate will be inflicted with vulnerability, physical, and magic damage. And I don't know how long it even says it lasts is here. Does it say the time? I don't know. They're just inflicted with it. Awakened level 2 is a little attack percentage plus 5. And then we have increases faction team members' damage to elites and bosses by 5%. So this lord is just killing it. For every 1 burning on targets, increases the hero's damage by 5% up to 35%. So if you bring units that are doing extra burning, it's going to help slow Cadence damage overall. Alright, and because of the way that ultimate works there with Pyro Blitz, having a good amount of crit damage is a pretty good idea. You want to have the crit damage pretty high on your units. That's why you're going to run 2 attack percentage and 1 crit damage. In some cases, you could probably even try to push off to have 2 crit damage pieces on the right side, which sounds crazy, but Hex can definitely do it. I don't know about Malrick. Alright, Torador's our tank. Kagiri is going to be the one taking damage with the tank. Sumu Kong is behind Kagiri. Volca is going to be putting that damage reduction on the boss here for 30%, which is just going to reduce all incoming damage by 30% coming from the boss. And some healing as well as also vulnerabilities. I don't need to have her in here. You could probably run Lord Phineas because you can use Solcadens for the vulnerabilities instead of Volca. We have Fercy here, more AoE damage reduction. It's going to be right here. Anybody within his range, it gets 25% less damage. Perfect, that's exactly what we want. A little bit of healing as well. And then we have Diao Chen for the inspiration. That's all she's going to be doing. She also does a penetration increase as well. And then we have Aelin, the main healer. This is the GOAT healer for Abyss 1. The range, she has damage reduction as well. I believe it is right... Where are you? Additionally, allies in range will receive 15% less damage, so it's 15% more that we're taking off of the damage coming in. And then she has a crazy ult that does a lot of AoE healing. And I think that's it. But don't forget that that rune is going to be applied to one of the units that we are choosing. And I'm going to choose a ground unit, so it's going to be either Sumu Kong or Kagiri. In this case, it's going to be Kagiri. Kagiri just does more damage, so I'm going to apply the buffs to him. Plus, he has to take more damage next to Torador, so I might as well. You don't want to apply Malrick's rune to mages or marksmen or healers because he will switch into his frost form. And then he's doing AoE damage and Winter's Bite, which doesn't help you at all here. You want the Fire Malrick. A Fire form Malrick. Alright, so let's start off getting Kagiri down. Ooh, not yet. Malrick. Sorry. Kagiri. He's gonna get that buff from Malrick. I'll actually show you if it shows up. Come on, give him the rune. Well, maybe it just applies it and doesn't show up on there. I think it doesn't show up on there. But yeah, it's like, I think it's 15% attack, defense, and HP. I'll restart it so we can get this set up right properly. And we'll get going. Not gonna be a crazy video, I just wanted to showcase Malrick and Hex and see the damage differences here. We're gonna start out with Malrick. I'm going to go ahead and place down the Kagiri. Then we're gonna place Diao Chen. She should apply to Kagiri. Yep, I saw it. We're gonna do Aelin. And then we're going to do... I want to say... well, it's either Hex or... well, I had to do Hex because Malrick is done as well. So we'll do Hex. Percy. That should give him the Invigoration buff. We're going to go ahead and put down Sun Wukong. And then we're going to put down Solcadens, Volca, and Tordor. There might be a little scuffed run because I'm talking to you as we go through it, but we're just trying to see these two pit up against each other, you know, one-on-one in the actual fight. They're on equal terms if you ask me. Okay, so we're gonna wait until right now and activate Kagiri. That should get his hit off. Then we'll activate Sun Wukong as well. Nice little bugger. I'm gonna go ahead and activate Solcadens now. And you can see the vulnerabilities come up over here. Magic damage taken, physical damage taken as well. Works out really nice for us. Oh, I scuffed Percy's heal, but that's okay. Alright. Now, when the shield pops up, we can just hit Volca. She's gonna keep that magic and physical vulnerability going. Giri and Sun Wukong are ready again. So we can go ahead and hit that one and hit Kagiri as well. Oh, Kagiri missed a little bit. It's okay. We're not worried about Kagiri. We're worried about Hex and we're worried about Malrick. Alright. I am going to hit... I want to hit Malrick and then hit Solcadens. I'm going to wait for Hex just a moment. Usually I'm at 10k blood, so I definitely scuffed some stuff here. There we go, Hex is going now. The Solcadens coming up, so he should be up like 13, 14. Pretty insane. Malrick already way down here yet at 3 million. He doesn't do quite as much burst damage, but he ults a little more often, so that's something to keep in mind. Scuffed Aelin's heal, that's alright. We're still fine. The next round I'm gonna have to be a little more careful. Alright, so this is the basic stuff. Drake's Bellow comes, we're gonna hit Percy. As soon as the meteorites start coming down, we'll activate Kagiri. I'm gonna activate Solcadens right now. And as soon as Solcadens is done slamming, he should do it right when he comes up. Go ahead and activate Malrick. And Tordor, well, it doesn't matter, we just wait for Tordor. There we go. Malrick kinda looks like he's about 30%. Oof, he lost a big chunk there. Hex just had a big slammer. Hex has a lot of RNG in his kit. He can do a lot and go really wild, or sometimes he just doesn't do that much. So it's kind of hard to compare. So Malrick's about half the damage right now. But Kagiri's up here at 54 million. No, it's not really an actual million, but 54k is what it shows. And he should be doing more damage because Malrick is there, so that should help. Alright. Activate Sun Wukong. I'm going to activate Solcadens. Then we're going to activate Kagiri. I should put those vulnerabilities up over here. You can see they're up there. Physical damage taken, plus 25%. Very nice. I should boost their damage pretty good. Gotta stop forgetting Aelin. Looks like they're strong enough to survive yet. They won't be pretty soon, believe me. They won't be pretty soon. Next Drake's Bellow, here comes the Percy. Insta heal, we are going to activate Sumo Kong right there. Extra hit off. We're going to wait until the shield comes up. I'm going to activate Volca, and then we can go ahead and use our Kagiri. There we go. Should be pretty darn close to taking him out. If not taking him out, there we go. Perfect. By the way, normally I could just not activate Sumo Kong there and just hold it for the shield and then have an easier time taking the shield down. Hex at 41, Malrick at 20, we have Kagiri up at 125 and Sumo Kong at 71. Do the same thing as last time. I'm going to activate Malrick and then Solcadens. A little behind on that, so if it's not a problem with the shield, it probably is. Activate Hex. There you go. Activate Aelin. Don't die anybody from my late draw. I think I drew Aelin late every single time. Alright. Everybody's good. Boss is getting a little fun. Obviously I'm playing on a test server, messing around with it a lot. I understand why people are probably like, eh. But, you know, as being this stage in the game, it's kind of interesting to have something to play around with when there isn't really much else. Use Kagiri. Hopefully they all stay alive. They are, which is nice. Activate Solcadens, Torador. I think this is going to be it. If I make it through, it'd be the first time I made it through. I think they're just going to pop this. Don't think that's going to happen. I didn't make it before, so... Well... a lot better with Lord Phineas, to be honest with you. Being on the ground and then, yeah, having like, oh, I don't know, some other Infernal Blast unit, maybe Tetram or something for the Infernal Blast team. Alright, so how do you think they compared? Is it more than half, half? It's probably not half. Let's see, stats. We have Kagiri at right around 100 mil, which is not really that crazy. Sumo Kong at 63, could have been better. Hex is at 58.5k. We have Solcadens at 41, and then we have Malrick here at 31.4. So, I mean, for an A5, and I wish he'd be up right in the 40 mil mark. I understand that he's not making the same amount of damage as Hex. It doesn't really surprise me. Maybe it's not really that fair of a comparison, but for an A5, it's not that crazy, but it's very good. It's very good. 31 million damage at this stage is pretty solid. About 3 times what Volca is, and you know, Volca is a pretty good DPS unit as well for an A5, and only 9-10 million off of Solcadens. And Solcadens is very solid. Yeah, I might consider, because I think that he increases his attack or his stats when his ultimate activates, and that might be a mistake by not activating him before Solcadens. Let me see here quick. Ultimate, when the ultimate is activated, increases the hero's attack by 30%. So boosting his attack first before Solcadens hits is probably ideal. My bad on that part. He might have done a little bit more damage on that last shield, and maybe even made it through. That'd have been crazy. But anyways, that's Malrick for you. You could take him down in some AoE content as well. I do have a hero guide for him if you'd like to check that out. If you're gonna pull for him this weekend, I do want to go over and see if I can get this popped up. There is going to be a Smile 1 top-up event, and it's just a standard one. Doesn't have any extra bundles in there, but it does have rewards here. Let me see if I can get it pulled up. So here they are. They're gonna be, depending on how much you decide to spend, you'll get more and more. There's also a different amount for EU versions as well. But $4.99 you get rare summoning crystals times 2, auto fight clearance or chance times 10, and huge stamina potion times 1. Anyways, for spending the $4.99, you're gonna get yourself those extra rewards on top of your W gold. And if every single tier that you purchase, you get more and more. And if you wouldn't mind, when you use Smile 1 to top up, which is the way you should do it if you're gonna spend money, you get an extra 10%. And also, If you don't mind going to smile1.prospector.gg, using that link will enable you to help support the channel, help support me, help support the website, and everything that I am trying to do here on the channel. And I would most definitely appreciate that. But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out prospector.gg. Get registered, sign up for an account, set up yourself a profile, check out the hero guides, update your news feed. It's just kind of like Facebook now. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. I've been the Prospector, and until next time, keep digging.